If you have a child on a 504 plan or know a person with a disability, you may want to know about the lawsuit Texas versus Kennedy.
South Dakota is one of 9 states also suing the government. Beth Warden talks to those who could be affected by the lawsuit if it prevails.
Brenda Smith is proud of her adult disabled son living a full life at the job and as a volunteer. But a lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is creating worry.
Great concern is that, some of those protections would be gone and our loved ones, family members, would experience discrimination.
South Dakota is in a lawsuit called Texas versus Kennedy, which has deemed the whole 504 unconstitutional.
Ismael Colazo, who lost his sight several years ago, received rehabilitation that launched his woodworking business. He says if Texas versus Kennedy prevails, he and all of those with disabilities would have to forfeit their freedom to receive training.
And I couldn't imagine myself getting institutionalized just to get rehabilitation services and being away from my family.
Colazo says this is the same 504 plan for students in school. He's had a meeting at the Attorney General's office.
I'm just hoping the Attorney General withdraws completely from the lawsuit.
Disability Rights South Dakota is holding online town hall meetings about the lawsuit.
Concerns about Texas v. Kennedy are legitimate and they're serious, and they should be approached in that way.
Cole Euchre is the executive director. He believes Attorney General Marty Jackley is suing to push back on the government's stringent rules on how disability funding is spent.
It's not the intention of the South Dakota Attorney General's office to institutionalize people. It then chips away at those protections. And so that in and of itself is a harm.
And I think the risk is the unintended consequences of something like this type of lawsuit. And we certainly don't want to go back to, have a risk of institutionalization for people with disabilities either.
We've connected with the Attorney General's office over the past few weeks about this lawsuit and the state's position on joining that suit. A spokesperson says their office is reviewing the information provided. In Sioux Falls, Beth Warden, Dakota News Now.
The Disability Rights South Dakota Online Town Hall is tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll have the link for you over at dakotanewsnow.com.